What is up, guys? Zan from the Zan Madden channel. In today's video, we're going to show you guys how to swivel spin. This is a ball carrier move that I've used on kick returns, in the run game, and also after the catch with wide receivers to get huge plays out of nothing. And it's something that I've had a lot of requests to do. So we're going to show you guys a tutorial today on how to improve your open field stick work. Now, before we get into today's video, guys, please make sure you guys do me a solid and hit that subscribe button. Also hit the notification bell so that way you guys get a notification whenever I upload here to the Zan Madden channel. If you guys want to watch me play Madden live, check me out on the Twitch platform, twitch.tv/ozano. The link is in the description. I do have exclusive sub-only content for my subscribers there, and I do have plans in the very near future to drop my Washington Redskins jumbo offense that I've been running on Twitch, with all the breakdowns and tutorials on how to run that pass first offense from such a great running set. This is something that I've been running very well, and I feel about as comfortable as I've felt on offense all year long. So if you guys subscribe, I will be dropping that for you guys sometime, I'm hoping within the next 2 weeks. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into today's tip here. We're going to go ahead and switch scenes, switch cameras, and head over to my Twitch overlay. So ignore the top right of the screen. It's telling you to go to my YouTube channel. You're already here anyways. But you guys can subscribe to me on my Twitch channel as well. Let's go ahead and talk about how to swivel spin. I'm wanting to get that software that shows you guys the exact button inputs, and it maps my controller to the screen and shows you exactly what I'm doing as I do it. Unfortunately, the software is not working with me. First world problem, but I'll try to go ahead and show you guys on my controller what exactly I'm doing with this tip. So first, let's go ahead and talk about spin move ratings and spin move radius. So what we want to do here is take a look at the depth chart. And the first thing I want to talk about is spin move threshold. If you guys are playing Mutt Weekend League, that's on All Pro. I think on All Pro, it's 88 speed is where you're going to notice that the spin threshold kicks in, which coincidentally is right where Sammy Watkins lies. If you're below that, you get a wider spin radius, which is 85 speed. You know, anything below 88 on All Pro is where you're going to notice that they have a different spin animation. So that's perfect for Tyreek Hill. That's also why you guys have probably seen me on Twitter this year posting a lot of kick returns with Tyreek Hill doing this tip, because he has a wider spin radius, and I'll show you what I mean. So let's first go ahead and show you the differences in the spin move ratings, or the spin move ratings versus Tyreek Hill and between Sammy Watkins and Tyreek Hill, if I can actually talk correctly here today on this video. But first, we're going to go ahead and throw it to Watkins. He's got the higher spin move rating, which means he's got a much tighter turn radius on his spin. So we throw that spin. You see how he spins quickly. He doesn't really move from his axis too much. You see how he spins, and he really doesn't create any separation on his spin, right? He's spinning in place, which is great for dice rolls. Don't get me wrong. It's a great ball carrier move. It makes people miss in the open field. It's very, very hard to tackle it. Now we're going to go ahead and throw the ball to Tyreek, who has the lower spin move rating. And you're going to see that there is definitely a difference in terms of his spin move. So we go to run. You're going to see how he spins, and it looks similar, but he is actually not. He's actually has more of a, I don't want to say wasted movement. It's just a slower animation, right? Easier hitbox, if you will, versus that tighter axis makes it a lot harder to tackle him in that phone booth. So if you're just doing trigger spins and you want to do regular spin moves, higher is better, right? That is where we're going to start to talk about the swivel spin. So let's go ahead and show you what a swivel spin looks like with Tyreek Hill. Again, we show you what first a regular spin move looks like. We're going to go ahead and do a regular spin move. He spins over his inside shoulder. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a swivel spin. Notice the difference in that? You're going to the inside just the same with the ball carrier move, but the actual shoulder that serves as the center of the circle, which you're rotating around that axis, is the other shoulder. So we'll go ahead and go to the replay and kind of show you what I'm talking about. So when you take a look right here, first spin move with Tyreek is that regular spin move, just over the inside shoulder. You see that he wants to spin to the inside. It's the inside shoulder that serves as the axis point. You spin around it. Now we go ahead and set up the swivel spin. I go back to the right. We're going to go back to the inside, but you notice that the shoulder that we spin over is actually the wrong shoulder. You're spinning over the other shoulder to get back to that same point on the field, and then you have the ability to actually one cut out of it, which is what we'll talk about here shortly. Now let me show you this with the higher spin move rating. So we're going to go back to Watkins. We'll set it up first with the comparison. We're going to run just a regular spin move back to the inside. See how he's doing the regular spin move there? Just a regular spin. Now let's swivel spin. See how he spins over the other shoulder? That's the difference, right? He spins over the other shoulder. Now you're probably saying, okay, so how do you spin over the other shoulder? That's where we're going to get into the tutorial here. So let's go ahead and I'll try to explain this to you the best I can by putting the controller right in your face. Again, I don't have that controller software, but the way that you run with this is obviously you're running with the right trigger. And when you run, you're running a direction. Let's say you're running this direction. You want to spin back to the inside. When you go to press that button, you swivel the stick around that axis. So you're running this way and you press the button, you swivel the stick, and that's going to change the axis shoulder. It's not going to allow you to spin over that inside shoulder. It's going to allow you to spin over the other shoulder to this inside direction. If you're running this direction and you want to swivel spin, you drag it the opposite way around the clock. So you're dragging the stick clockwise or counterclockwise, depending on which way you're spinning. So let's go back to the field here and I'll try to show you what I'm talking about here. And the best way to do this, guys, is to actually do this on kick returns. So you'll see what I'm talking about here, but we're going to go ahead and do this here. So I'm going to run to the right and I'm going to swivel this stick clockwise. You see how we do it? Now we're running left and I swivel the stick counterclockwise. Swivel it clockwise, swivel it counterclockwise. Notice how we're always spinning over the wrong shoulder. It's not really the wrong shoulder, it's the right shoulder if you learn how to branch out of this. Now this is where you're going to be able to do some crazy little one cuts as well, because once you get the practice down and you learn how to branch out of this move, what ends up happening is you can pop a little one cut. So you see right here, pop, and then see how I did a little drag right there? That's another move that I do on kick returns. See how he does a little, like a little foot drag? See how I can like one cut out of it. This is amazing on kick returns. I do this all the time on kick returns. You guys have probably seen some crazy footage of me doing a swivel spin into a little drag, and then into a swivel spin, and then another drag. What it does is it helps set up multiple defenders at the same time. So I'm going to help illustrate that by switching practice type. We're going to go to Kickoff. And I'm actually going to change my controller as well because the other team should be receiving the kick. So we're going to go Chiefs and switch controller. So let me go ahead and go to depth chart. I want to say Tyreek Hill is already on kick return team. I might be wrong, but nope, he's actually not. So let's put Tyreek Hill out there. So now we're going to go into the kickoff mode. I'm going to have the kick middle versus, okay, so we got Hardman on the field right now. We'll make that switch here again. But what I like to do is so this was angled. We're going to run, and you're going to see that I'm going to swivel stick. So I'm going to go counterclockwise. You see how it sets everyone up and how everyone stops, and it's like, oh, shoot, like I've got to retarget. All right, so let me go ahead and make that switch here. After this kick, we'll do it again. So I like it when you get it to the middle because you could like set up your blocking to one side and then just, pop a swivel on him. So you see right here, there's a swivel, and you see how he takes a bad pursuit angle. Now the spin move rating of your player versus the spin move rating of your player will dictate how far away from the defender you need to start the move. So typically speaking, if you have a higher spin move rating, you need to start it further away from the player. Also, if you have a low, like a super low spin move rating like Hardman does, you also want to start it pretty far away. Because what it's doing is you're changing the direction. And because the high spin move ratings have a really tight radius, they don't get depth away from the defender when they're doing it. So that tight spin radius, you start it further away to cause them to calibrate their pursuit angle sooner, rather than them being able to pursue that tight turn radius in that phone booth, if that makes sense to you. And then at the lower spin move rating, because they take so long to actually spin, you have to start it further away as well. So that's why I'm saying there's that sweet spot in between where it's like Tyreek Hill at 85 speed, where it's like that's the chef's kiss rating that you want for actually doing the swivel spin. So let's go ahead and put him back on the field here. You'll see what I mean. So you'll notice that right here, we started, take a look here. We started the swivel spin with Hardman on this play away from the nearest defender. Let's see how far it was away when I started. So you see, about 5 yards is when I started to do it. But because his spin move rating is so sloppy, I think it's in like the 70s, it allowed him to actually pursue. So you see how his pursuit angle changes. You can actually watch the computer physically change how they pursue. You see how his hips turn with like that chef's kiss rating, that mid 80s rating. That's where you're going to get away from that distance. But with a low rating, you're not going to get away. And with a high rating, you're not going to get away because you don't create any depth. Now we're going to see what Tyreek Hill does. So should be after this. I'm going to go ahead and lay down real quick. We'll try one more here with Hardman. So we know that 5 yards is too close, so we're going to start it sooner. So see how we're able to get away now? And then right there, I started it too soon, so I'm unable to get away. So there's a difference right there. Now we got Tyreek Hill. Now that 5 yards should be about right. Should be. So let's see here. We're going to go ahead and go to the right, to the left. And then see how I one cut straight right. I tried to hit right through them. I created an alleyway and I tried to one cut right through it. Sometimes you'll get there, sometimes you won't. But you see how we swivel spin, cause them to all freeze, and then we try to one cut right by them. This is where your guys are going to need to practice. So we're going to go right here. Let's go out this way. Swivel. Then pop that right into that alleyway and see how I was gone. See how I set him up. I got him to over pursue. And I found and picked that one cut alleyway and I go right through it. Don't waste the energy. Find that alleyway and one cut right into it off your swivel. You'll notice that it sets up beautifully. So you'll see right here, I'm going to actually go this way, swivel, then pop that. See how I popped that one cut right there? I picked up an additional 12 yards off of that, and it looks like I did nothing, but it is a big difference. Now, obviously, what you have to be aware of is swivel spinning into enforcers. There are enforcers on your kick coverage teams that you'll face. So right here, let's go ahead and swivel. See how everyone just kind of recalibrates? Let's go ahead and swivel again. And then I tried to pop through that alleyway again. You see how the things open up when you do it because they all go flat-footed. I'll try to show you guys in that replay exactly what I'm talking about here. So, again, guys, this is going to require a level of mastery. The one thing I'm not going against is people with terrible click on stick, which on kick returns, when you start to do this, people start to click on and hit the strip button. When you're facing all computer players, they don't try to do that. But you see right here, I go to the swivel spin. Notice how everyone is still sliding out to the right side while I'm creating my one cut alleyway. See right here at this point, if you take a look at the landscape, you've got an alleyway. You could potentially one cut through right, basically here, if you can catch the block on this guy, or you can one cut into this angle to the outside of this blocker, which is what I believe I did on this example. So I went wide, and then I tried to set up another one. See how everybody over pursues, and then boom, there's an alleyway right. If I can get my camera, alleyway right here that I tried to exploit, pop that one cut. See right there, if I'm able to pop that one cut and make that one guy right there, the guy who actually hit me, I think, no, actually this 29. If I was able to make him miss, I'm gone. You see how everything else is set up beautifully on this run. So that's why oftentimes you'll see me in games start my drives from like the 10, because it's worth the home run if you're safe with knowing the distance that you need to set this up. So you're gonna see right here, I'm gonna try to angle it. Let's go ahead and one cut and then pop that. See how I popped that and I picked up an additional 5 yards running in the same direction I was initially running in. So if nothing else, swivel and then keep going the right way if it doesn't open up the way that you want, because you'll still pick up more yards doing it that way. So angle, let's go ahead and swivel and then pop that one cut. You see how I about beat them right through the middle? There's one guy to beat. We turn it into a situation where there's one guy to beat. And I can't tell you how many of these I've actually been able to do over this year in general. I mean, if you guys have watched me, you guys have seen it. So we're going to set up the swivel. Nothing there. Let's go ahead and set up a swivel again. And now we're going to explode right through the middle. See how we about created something out of nothing there? It took 2 swivel spins, but there's an alleyway that opens up. You're going to cause them to over pursue. If you don't like what you have, you could swivel back the other direction. And that's why I'll start a lot of drives from like the 10 or the 15. Because I'm giving myself a chance. You see right here, nothing, doesn't look good. Let's swivel spin again, nothing. Now we just cut it up the middle. And we're starting at the 20. It's no big deal. If you just know where to cut your losses and then go, get north and south out of it, you should be fine. But again, be careful with those enforcers. Be careful with those enforcers. You have to know where they are. So you see right here, nothing there. Let's go ahead and try it again. Pop it right back through. Oh, gone. We did break a tackle, but that's what you're looking for, right? That is, you do the swivel spin, nothing's there, swivel again. An alleyway usually will open up, and if you can hit the one cut right through it, you're gone. Now, after 2 swivel spins, pay attention to your stamina, because if you take a hit stick, you probably will fumble. So just be careful. Don't go further than 2 swivel spins. So let's angle it, swivel, nothing, swivel, did it too close to that guy, right? I tried to swivel back into that and try to get back to the outside. Again, you guys are going to learn. So, I'm just sitting here kind of dabbling with it. Maybe I'll do it another 3 or 4 times and we'll call it a video here. I don't want this to get too long and you guys watching me swivel spin. But again, drag the stick. Nothing. I didn't like what I had there. Let's go ahead and try it again. Nothing. Sometimes you just got to take your losses on it. But what it does is it sets up crazy situations in the open field. Now imagine you're facing the blitz meta. Do this on a drag. Throw a drag against the the heavy blitz. Right there, I tried to one cut back to one direction, didn't get the angle. But you guys face the blitz 7 meta. If you can get the ball into the hands of like a TO, somebody that's actually got a good spin move rating, some solid break tackle rating, You know, there's a lot of guys that a lot of times I've been able to, you know, kind of, you see right there, I just saw the alleyway, I got north and south. You know, this is just a nice little tip that you're going to be able to use. You know, some people are going to give up on this. Some people are going to fumble, but it is something that you can try to do. We'll go ahead and do one more and call it a video, guys. But I appreciate you guys checking out this video. Hopefully it does help you out. Right there, it was just so close. And then also, guys, you know, if you slap a jukebox on it, sometimes slapping the jukebox on your guy is worth it too, because you do the swivel spin and then boom, a little jukebox back to the outside rather than a one cut can help you out as well. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up. We'll be uploading here daily on the channel. Oh, didn't see that guy coming out of the screen, but hopefully it was helpful to you guys. And at least at the end of the day, you guys know the difference between a swivel spin and a regular spin and when to use it and how to one cut out of it. If you have any questions, make sure to drop them in the comments below. See you guys tomorrow with our next upload. Let's go ahead and let's try to end it on a walk-off. Nope, nothing doing. Oh, well. All right, guys, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Talk to you later. Until then, this is Ann. Get in the lab and good luck.